Okay, we are cooking. So we get the invitations out. Not that Facebook's actually going to send them to anybody, but we're going to send those. So hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. You can put that in, say hi. Let me know who's here. As you can hear, I have a very squeaky voice. I am going to do the very best that I can. Sorry, Helen, I just invited you twice. Do the very best I can to get through this. I'm actually not feeling bad. This is just shit clearing out of my body, all the stuff that is moving. So you're welcome. I'm clearing stuff for you guys. Helen says hi, yay. So, yeah. If you're watching the replay, you can just kind of like fast forward. Normally I talk through this, but I'm going to just give my voice a rest. How about that? Awesome. So feel free to say hi. Let me know how things are going. Hopefully you are in way better shape than me. And I will do my absolute best tonight. So let's see who else. I know there's some people in here who really love to get on live, so just do that. Cool. Okay. Woo. Hello, hello. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Okay, we got a little smaller. Feels like Facebook is like suppressing it more and more each week. Um, no, I think this time you can listen out of order, Cassandra. Some of the earlier ones, it was important to get the foundation, but not tonight. I think with what we did last night, it's not imperative that you have that before that we have tonight. So, at least from what I've been told of where we're going to go with this tonight. But yeah, me too. This is just me clearing for everyone. So, you get the froggy voice, and that's the way it is. You know, stuff happens, right? Um, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let something like this stop us from moving forward. I'm showing up. This isn't even resistance, it's just shit clearing out. Like, I'm like excited. I was ready a full half hour before the call. I'm like, are we ready to go? Oh, it's only 5:30. You know. So it's very interesting to see things moving and to feel the difference of, you know, you can be sick, and when you know that it's just stuff clearing out, then there's like an ease with it, right? There's an ease that comes with knowing that it's just clearing that's happening. It's just things moving out. Yeah. Helen's still working her way through the videos too. There's a lot of people still working their way through the videos. So I know, because I'm seeing people dropping in, just getting started today. Like, people are just joining the group today. We're still growing. So you're welcome to keep inviting friends. I'll give you an update on the program while my voice still holds. so, so basically, I have the. I wonder if I can comment. I don't know if I can comment. Does it let me? I don't think it lets me comment. Shoot, I'll have to put it in later. The link. So the program is going to be starting November 8th. We're going to hold it on Fridays, and what we're going to do is we're going to alternate mornings and evenings. So one of the calls a month is going to be in the morning. One of the calls a month is going to be in the evening. That way we get a chance for everybody, no matter what time zone you're in, you have a chance to get onto at least one of the lives, and you can catch the other one on a recording. And for some of you that are lucky enough to be in the Eastern Standard Time, you're going to have the best option to get to all of them, of course. So that's when we're starting, November 8th. So we have a little bit of time. I am going to run a bonus course or bonus class. And I'm thinking like September 30th, just to move out any kind of residue around Halloween and the veil being really thin. That's going to be a bonus. So everybody who's registered before that time will get the link to that one. And then the payment plans are up there. I did mention that yesterday. So the payment plans, if you pay in full, the $1,500, and that is in US dollars. If you pay $1,500 in full, then you have an option of a 1 hour one-on-one with me, or the oil of gold elixir, which is just like absolute pure decadence as well. So either one is a great bonus, right? So October, not September. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Cassandra. Keep me on my toes. There may be a few things that'll be, yes, October 30th, before the Halloween. Apparently I still want it to be September. And actually today feels like August. It was beautiful. Okay, we're coming back. So pay in full, you get the bonuses. And then there's two payment options. So there's the payment option where you have it monthly over the 3 months, and that's a nice easy $500 a month. And then there's an extended payment option of $125 a month for 12 months. So those of you that need just a little more ease with the payment and you're really called to do this, that gives you some options. And just as a refresher, I have it on the sales page, but as a refresher, from, I think it was day 2, we got into the questions, but your 3 questions that you're going to ask your intuition. And it's on anything. It's not just for this. Like, you can use it for anything that you are thinking about investing into, whether you're thinking about doing coaching with me, just kidding, nudge, nudge, or you're thinking about doing this program with me, or you're thinking about doing something with somebody else, whatever it is. First question, will this be fun for me? Okay, because if it's not fun, there's no fucking point in you doing it, right? Second question, and only if you get a yes to this do you move on to the second question. So if that is a yes, then you ask about the money. Will I get at least a 2x ROI? So 2x ROI means, will I get twice back what I spent? Okay, to me that is like bare bones minimum. And I like people to move up from there. Hey, Grace. Move up their return on investment as they go. So, but let's start the muscle with 2x. If you're already past 2x, go with where yours is, okay? So you're checking in. Are you going to get the return on investment? And then third is now the time. And if you get yes on all 3, then trust and lean in. Push the button. Push the button, okay? So that's the thing. If you don't get a yes on the first one, please just skip it. Like, you don't even have to ask the second 2 questions because it doesn't matter. You can make your money back, and it can be the time, but if it's not going to be fun, fuck it. It's horrible. Okay. Yes, knowing that makes a world difference. Good. Okay. So the download that I got today was that we're going to talk about money. Because here we are coming up to the end of the free segment and moving into looking at the paid program. And this triggers all of the money shit, right? Woo! So it's a good time to look at money and resistance, because money is one of the ways that we will effectively limit ourselves. Been there so many times. Like, I have done it. And no matter how much my income increases and where I expand my life, there's still little ceilings that I've got to push through. And, you know, it's a matter of leaning in and trusting and putting that money out, and then continuing to trust. Okay? Continuing to trust. So here's the important piece. Well, one of the important pieces, at least for me, is like, you know, I'll get that like download where it's like, yes, this is a yes. I get yes on all 3 questions. And then I like hit the payment thing. And then my fear all comes up. I'm like, right? And the money stops flowing because I move into fear. I stop trusting. So when you get that intuitive hit that this is the right thing to do, then you need to keep leaning into that intuitive hit. You need to keep trusting and reinforcing that you trust that it will come. And this is the thing, is like when you take your foot off that gas pedal, when you take your foot off of that trusting muscle and you doubt it, when you let that doubt creep back in, then you kind of negate what you're doing, or you kind of have to start over again. So if you've been through little cycles where, you've gotten that yes, and I know lots of people have had this because they tell me about it. Oh, okay. I need to catch my breath. So, where it's like, oh, I said yes to this program because it was a yes. I leaned in and now I've got all this debt. And, oftentimes what's happening is that trust that the money will come in is gone. That dissipates. And then the doubt comes in. And when the doubt comes in, the money stops flowing. So it was yes initially, but then trust needs to keep on there. And I feel like I've just repeated myself. I probably have. But maybe you needed to hear it a couple of times to get that to sink in. So here's where I want to go with this. Well, it's not me, right? I say that. I'm so used to saying that language because for the longest time I would just say it and pretend that it was me, but it's always been downloads. I've been an open conduit and just owning up to it. Okay, so we want to look at this resistance to trusting that the money can come in because, like I said, this ability that we have to make money be the stopping point when we've already clearly gotten the information that, yes, the money's coming in. When we make money the stopping point, then we can keep playing that loop over and over again. We keep playing that dance and we don't ever bust through it. So we're going to do some statement clears. Definitely we're going to go deeper with this in the program. But for now, we want to clear out some of the surface pieces of it. So I want you to say, it's safe for me to trust that the money will come. Okay, you're going to run that. And say it again. And you can keep running these points. And make sure you expand out. Okay? It's safe for me to trust that the money will come in. Wow. Okay. We'll clear the opposite, and then we're going to go over to vows for this one. So it's safe for me not to trust that the money will come in. Was a little better. Go get it, Brenda. We will catch you on the replay. Love you. Okay. So let's expand out. And we want to tap into the oaths and vows around this topic of like where it's not okay, it's never going to be okay. I need for it to not be okay. I have this contract that it's not okay. Like that this is the loop. It'll always be the loop. And where you're kind of like committed to that being the loop. We're going to throw all that in the pile. All of it. All those oaths, vows, swears, fealties, communities, contracts, commitments, agreements, binds, double binds. All of it. Yeah. Keep going. Expand out bigger. So go all the way back in time and all the way down. All the way back and all the way down. There we go. Okay. If you remember from previous calls, The invitation is for you to step into the fact that you are a sovereign being in a sovereign body. And you're going to mark all that shit null and void. Null and void. Null and void. All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. Okay, so let's go with a statement. So you're going to rub here. And the statement is, it's safe for me to trust that the money can come. Actually, let's change it up a little bit. It's safe for me to trust that the money will come. Keep going with that. It's safe for me to trust that the money will come. It's safe for me not to trust that the money will come. There's a little piece in here. Let's try it aloud. So I'm allowed to trust that the money will come. Hopefully you guys can all understand me. Might need an interpreter typing in the statements. Okay, so I'm allowed to trust that the money will come. That's moving it better now. It's really sticky. I'm allowed to trust that the money will come. Right, Marilyn? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm allowed to not trust that the money will come, which just clears out the judgments that you have about yourself right now. Okay, we're just going to go through all the variations with that one. So I'm okay to trust that the money will come. I'm okay to trust that the money will come. Wow. So apparently this one really needed to clear today. Some big shit out here. Oh, I'm okay to not trust that the money will come. I'll just clear that one out. I'm okay to not trust that the money will come. Again, mostly just clearing out the judgments that you have about not trusting. Because it's where things have been. There we go. Yeah. 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 Okay. How's everybody doing? That one was quite a tangly bit. You're a small but mighty group. You're going to have to talk lots. I need the comments. Good. Super sore on the right side, just under the rib. Okay. So, Jose, the maybe some anger clearing out of your liver. Linda's good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Count you in for what? Yeah. I could feel that, Grace. Like, you're not the only one. So Grace was having a hard time staying expanded out and kept wanting to shrink. And this is the thing. See, this is why I wanted to pull this piece out. Is that, like, the pattern has been to shrink back, to pull back, shrink the money, cut off the money flows, do all those things so we can shrink it back. Because if we do things to actually expand our life and expand our business, then we're more visible. And then we're at risk, right? Which is why we're doing these. To be chatty. Good. We're at risk to be persecuted and killed and, all the things that we've suffered and endured in past lives. So this is why this whole thing around, the expanding out, the doing more, the allowing ourselves to trust that money will come, all of those things trickle back to these core pieces where it's like life-threatening kind of stuff. So it's no wonder that we have this reaction, right? So we're moving it, we're changing it. Good. So I'm glad you're staying with it, Grace. That's good. Oh, good. So Marilyn said during the clearing, her back and neck hurt like hell. Now it's all relaxed. I feel better overall. Yay. Love it, love it. The worthiness issues coming up. Yeah. Okay. So today is the day for the worthiness rant. More of the worthiness rant. Linda, it feels like you came out of hiding. Yay. That's awesome. And there's different keys that'll unlock for each person. But so worthy. Yeah. We are going to do the oath and vows clearing on worthy because worthy is bullshit. You can never be worthy of anything. And you can never not be worthy of anything. So the way that the majority of people define worthy, that is. So the majority of people define worthy as being of value, of, to be, this piece that's like, it's worth something, which is this thing of like worth money, right? Valuable. But in order to determine something to be worthy or worth something or valuable, we have to put a judgment on it. We have to label it. We have to determine how is it in comparison to something else. So it's arbitrary, it's fake, and it's bullshit. So you can never be worthy and you can never not be worthy. It's a choice to feel worthy because you can. Just like you can choose to feel happy, you can choose to feel love, you can choose to feel gratitude, you can choose to feel sad, you can choose to, you get to choose what your emotions are. And worthiness is a feeling. Okay? So this is my rant because so many fucking people do this whole thing of like charge what you're worth or you're worth it or all this bullshit and keep locking in and reinforcing the fucking worthy thing, which locks people up because like unless you are actually willing to realize that it's a fucking bullshit construct that you don't have to play the game of, you never get out of that loop. And you can never, ever, ever, ever charge what you're worth. It's fucking impossible. There's no number. There's no number. There's never a number that will actually equate to what you're worth because that's a bullshit concept. So it's always my rant. Because I feel like it really negates a lot of people. Like some people find it empowering, like I'm worth it. But I find for the majority of people, it just doesn't resonate and it doesn't actually move them forward. So this is why I got on a rant because I'm all about authentic empowerment. And to me, the idea of worthy is not fitting in authentic empowerment. That's where it comes down to. So, now that I've had my little rant, we can clear that shit. Right? And I get passionate. It doesn't mean that I've got shit about it. It's just that I get passionate about things, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Good. Yeah. I love it too. I like that rant. It's like, it's kind of fun, right? So, we're going to just like pull out. Oh boy. Another sip of tea first. We're going to pull out all of the oaths and vows. Welcome, Cindy. We are pulling out all the oaths, all the shit around being worthy. So this is like all the vows, binds, contracts, agreements, card-carrying memberships, all the fucking bullshit. Bullshit and lies. Yes, Angela. Love it. Oh, you want a whole week of lives based around my rants. That would be fun. That'd be fun. I might take you up on that. Like, just do a whole rant. I could probably do a whole month of rants. So I have a few. Okay. Let's get back to something. I'm a little more easily squirreled today. So, coming back to the worthiness, all the oaths and the vows and swears and the contracts and commitments, agreements, binds, double binds, secret agreements, hidden agreements, unspoken agreements. That's a big one. I want you to throw in find all the unspoken agreements in here. Yeah, all the unspoken agreements. Yeah. Secret, hidden, covert, unknowing, unknowable, unseeable, and unresolvable. That's another big piece on here. I love you guys. Throw them in a big pile. Okay, there's way more behind you. You need to go all the way back. There's way more behind you. I can feel it. Yeah, and Cassandra, I love that you brought that up. So she said, I felt way more worthy when I was younger. There's the construct of in this couple of generations, we put more worth on beauty and young age, like being younger. So there is that construct. There's also, it's like the weight of not feeling worthy over the years, you've been taking it on. So to me, I feel a lot of baggage that you've been carrying around this idea of worthy and carrying other people's bullshit about that. So that's part of why we don't feel as worthy as we get older. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit and lies. Okay. You guys got that all in there? Let's just see. Let's check down in the archives. What have you got hidden? What have you got hidden? You got shit in there. I can feel it. Let's get it out. This is your time to get it out. Right? We are dropping all the bullshit attachment to worthy. Everything. All the fucking lies about worthy. In the pile. In the pile. In the pile. Good. Okay. Step in to the fact that you are a sovereign being in a sovereign body. Really, just like own that. Own that. Drop in. Feel a little more than last time. I want you to feel a little more than last time that you are a sovereign being in a sovereign body. Own it. Be it. Embody it. Embrace it. Whatever it's going to take. And then mark all of that shit in that pile. Null and void. Fucking null and void. Yep. Grace, you may want to come back and replay this again. Right? It might take a couple of rounds to get this resistance out. This is like deep-rooted shit. Yeah. It's okay. And it's okay if it takes a couple of rounds. Right? It's not wrong. It's all good. Or maybe just that permission to come back again was enough to move it. Good. Just throw a big bomb at it. 1, 2, 3. Blow that shit up. Vaporize it. Good. Yay. Okay. So, how much has your ability to trust yourself to pull in money increased? And if you want to play, there's another little tool here. You can play with muscle testing. So I don't think I've gone through in any of the calls a really good explanation of the muscle testing. But so for me, what I do is I use ring finger and thumb of this hand, and then I use my thumb to pull against. So I'm pulling this way. And for me, yes is holding strong, and no, it breaks. So it could be true and false, yes and no, right? Or it's like what resonates with me and what doesn't resonate with me. Okay, for me, this works really, really well. I had a hard time with muscle testing for the longest time because I was always trying to do this, and like my nails get in the way. And for me, my index fingers are quite strong, and so they were always like getting in the way there. So anyway, coming back to the muscle testing for how much. So you can ask your body what percentage you are willing to trust that the money will come in. So you can start out with just 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So the container's at about 70%. Yay. And then just less than 70. Sorry. So 65, 66% is where the container is at. So collectively, the container is willing to trust 66% that you can bring the money in when you need it. So what that does is that allows us to have kind of a gauge. I should have tested it before we started. That would have been smart. But we can have a gauge as we go along to see if that's improving. So if you're listening to this replay again, which #replay, you can test and see whether it's gone up. Right? It's kind of a handy little tool to see whether things are moving. Because some things are kind of like nebulous. Like, do I feel worthy? Well, how much do I feel worthy? Right? You can check on a percentage basis. You can also check on the levels of like, where are you in the frequency levels? So the 0 to 1,000, what is your vibration level? You can be asking and checking what your vibration level is. It's kind of a handy little tool, the muscle testing. Every once in a while, yay. Every once in a while, I will let you know, every once in a while. So this morning I was muscle testing something and I got answers and I'm like, I had this little niggle. I was like, I don't think I should be getting a yes to that. And I'm getting a yes. And what it was is that I was looking at something that I'm doing and I was looking at pulling the plug on it. I was looking at quitting, not this. Okay, not this. I'm not quitting this. This is too much fun. But something else. I was looking and I was getting a yes for quitting and I thought, that might be my resistance because what it is that I'm going to be doing is going to be a stretch for me. It's going to be a good lean in stretch for me. So I called Gaia because, like I said, she's my support. She's like on the same level as me energetically, and she's great. She like totally kicks my ass. So I checked in with her. And I'm like, I just need a second opinion because I'm thinking that it's my resistance that's giving me these answers and not my intuition. But it's very interesting that it's like I was able to get that information. That awareness of like, it feels a little wonky, so let me double check, right? So if you're not 100% sure of your answers, it's good in the beginning to work with somebody to just have that little checkpoint, get the feedback. Is it, and you're just locking in what feels like a real, true, authentic answer from your intuition as opposed to just your brain fucking with it or your resistance fucking with it. So, Linda, I'm not sure, you just laughing at for me with pulling the plug or you had something you had to pull the plug on? Pull the plug on the bathtub. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So now that we've kind of like talked that and let that percolate in a little bit, let's come back to statement clears. And at you. Okay. What's going to unlock this? What is going to change the loop? Okay, so I'm getting that some of this is going to be that you guys are going to need to make the choice to change this. Okay, so we can do statement clears, we can clear, we can re-clear, we can do all this shit. But ultimately, there's also a level of you choosing to lean in. Right? Hey guys. Yeah. Okay, good. That's dropping in. So let's go again with the statement. Why is it not dropping in? Do I need to do something else? Okay, so let's try the statement. It's safe for me to trust me. Okay? It's safe for me to trust me. Okay, it's safe for me not to trust me. And that's not totally getting. I think the allowed is what's going to get it here. I'm allowed to trust me. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a little better. And I'm allowed to not trust me. So I think I'm going to need your help, you guys. When you think about trusting you, when you think about leaning in and choosing to trust that the money will come in, what comes up? I need you to be brave and put it in here so that we can get it moving for the group. I'll get sick again and not able to make it happen. A wall. I'm a doer and can't wait. Yes, awesome. What else? Fear and shame. Beautiful. Pure ego. What do I need to do? There's a disconnect. I'm afraid that Source will forget about me. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Fear I won't get it. Part of me doesn't believe it. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, I am so grateful. All the times when the money hasn't come in and the consequences have been really dire. Okay. I'll be let down again. Yes. yes. Okay. That's triggering it. Yay. See, I need your help just to tweak it. We need to clear out the money trauma. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna do a little activation here. So everyone around me is pushing me to stay in my job. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run a little bit of energy to clear out the financial trauma from your body. So financial trauma gets locked into the body, much like any other trauma in the body. It's been really interesting to work with it. Oh, you guys are just rolling in with the things. I love it. I feel like I've done something wrong and should be punished. That's a witch wound, right? All the times I've made decisions and trusted that it will happen, and my decisions impacted my children. Yeah. No worries, Grace. I actually can read typos. I have so many of them myself. Okay, so open up as much as you can. I got you. You've been with me on this 7-day journey. You know what my energy is. You know I'm here because I love you. Okay. Now let's just very gently just allow that financial trauma and all of its imprints. All that financial trauma and all of its imprints. Yeah. I'll get to your question in a second, Helen. Okay, for those of you guys that are just joining, so we're just doing some energy work just to clear out financial trauma, the imprints in the system for financial trauma. And I'm just going to invite all of you to allow yourself to expand out and receive as much as much as you can. There's no right amount here. It's as much as your body is willing, able, and then ever so gently just encourage your body and just say, what if we try 1% more and see how that feels? There we go. And then what if we try 1% more? There we go. Yeah. Good. Okay, so that should open up a bit more space for everybody, clearing off some of those financial traumas, the imprints in the system. There was a question, Helen brought up a question. She was having tender spots on the outer chest next to the armpits and wondering what meridian or organs this is. So very applicable and probably wouldn't hurt for all of you to just rub. So it's kind of like, if any of you are medically trained, it's where the pec minor inserts. If you're not, just kind of like go in from the side here and rub. And this is a point related to the lungs. Kind of appropriate for what we're clearing out. All the smoke inhalation, all the shit that's like I've been clearing out for the collective, right? All the things. I don't think my tea is big enough tonight. So yeah, so you can just kind of like get that moving a little bit. Lungs are also a place where we hold our grief. You don't want to be you don't want to be on the lymph nodes. Lymph nodes tend to sit right in the armpits. We're gonna have like an anatomy lesson here. So, but it's over. So you've got like the armpit area here, which is where the lymph nodes all sit in through here, but it's actually over a bit. So we're in the muscle, which is why I say pec minor. So you've got your big pec muscle that comes across the chest area, and then there's a smaller muscle that sits underneath. And you can kind of feel that pec muscle there. And so it just sits, it's just kind of, if you poke in, yeah, it's often really tender. And there's your anatomy lesson for the day. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy I showed up? Yeah, very painful. Yeah, so grief is another thing that ends up getting stuck in the lungs. So, the grief of all that we've lost, the grief of all the financial loss, of all of our financial trauma, the people, our loved ones that we lost, loss of our property, of our status, of our wealth and jewels and things. And, so it's all of that. Yeah, surprise, surprise, right? It's all of those things that we're moving out. And honestly, this topic around, the money and trusting yourself and trusting that the money will flow, it is a really big piece. I've been working on money stuff for years, and, moving through this, like, of course I have to do things on my own. I have to do it the hard way, right? It would have been easier to work with somebody, but I didn't find anybody that was doing financial trauma at the time that I needed it. So I had to, really work through it myself. But learning to trust myself. And then, like I said, this piece that got downloaded was that, just like what I had to go through, where at some point you just have to trust. You have to be making that decision to have a bit of a free fall. Oh, Facebook's not working, bastards. Okay. That's going to be on the recording. I didn't record on a Zoom. Oh my God. Epic fail. Epic fail. Okay. Damn it. I hope we don't have to do this again, because this was really good. All right, fingers crossed that the Facebook Live is actually no fail for a reason. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Well, we'll just keep going. So some people are seeing it, some people aren't. Okay. So hopefully that's just your Facebook app that's not working, and it's not a whole Facebook thing. Thank you, Cassandra, for typing in that you see it still. I still see it as working. So yay, still good. Okay. All right. All right. That's always scary. You do all this work and then it's like, there's no recording. So, yay. Yeah, no, I'm Chris, I'm really having a hard time being present, honestly. This is a challenging night for me. It is. I'm not gonna lie. So, you are bang on. Let me get present. Let me get present, because that's a really good reminder. That is the point. Good. Walking my talk, right? Walking my talk. Yeah. There's just so much stuff around the money, so much energy around the money. And it has been a way for me and for so many others to unplug, to pull back from showing up fully. So it's time for all of us to change that. All of us. Yeah. Okay. So let's try a little statement. It's safe for me to release the financial traumas. And it's safe for me not to release all the financial traumas. Yeah, definitely, Chris. Yeah. And then let's just, for me and for everybody, it is safe for me to be present while we clear the financial traumas. Oh, that feels better. I'm so glad you showed up, Chris. And that's one of the beautiful things about a group is that, we are stronger together. We're stronger as a group. And thank you for that reminder that it's not, I got a little bit into my ego there of, feeling like I needed to be the one who was strong, feeling like I needed to be the one who was leading because I'm leading this group. And yet it's a collective. It's a group. Facebook. Okay. For a moment there, it glitched out. Let's just get present. It's safe for me to be present while we clear out the financial traumas. And you may even just want to run, it's safe for me to be present right now. Yeah. It's safe for me to be fully present. Okay? It's safe for me to be fully present with this. It's safe for me not to be fully present with this. And here I thought, it was our last night. We'll do a nice gentle wrap up. Apparently not. Apparently it's digging deeper on the last night. But it's time for this to go. It really is. For me, for you, for all of us. It's time for it to go. Great question, Chris. Yeah, would you be willing to choose to be the abundance here and now? So what if we were to unplug from the resistance, unplug from the financial trauma, and reconnect with who we really are? Because who we really are at the core is that infinite being who is abundant, who is able to create with ease. Beautiful, Cassandra. And really, when I think about the things that I've done this past year to really let myself trust, to let myself drop into that flow, and money's always come in. It's come in exactly the amount that I needed, and oftentimes more. It is that dropping into the trust. It is the dropping into feeling the abundance, choosing to feel and acknowledge the abundance. Because it's always there. It's always there. It's always been there. There you go. So you're just kind of like letting that come to the surface. Acknowledge it. And I love Cassandra's prompt. So she's tested again. How much are you willing to trust that money will come in? So we're up as a collective up at 94%. That is a huge jump. I think it was 66 the last time, 66, 67, and we went to 94. It's a big jump. Well done. All of us, including me. Yeah. Nice. So, oh my goodness, it's almost 7. This has been an epic journey. It really has. And it's interesting. It's like tonight, you know, this piece of coming around to like feeling the scattered and then being able to just hone it down and bring it right in through choice. Kind of fun. Yeah. So Linda, I think I was on the last call. I mentioned to people about writing down what money is coming in and writing down the gifts that come in. So anything you get in kind, right? So this is a free program. You're going to put a value to that and write it down. That helps to lock it in and have evidence. Still working on the evidence journal. That's a new piece. So the evidence journal, the idea with that is not just writing down what is money and what is valuable, but also writing down what's the evidence that money is on its way. And, you know, putting down where it's like, you know, I felt I allowed myself to release the resistance and drop into abundance. So that would be something to put in the evidence journal today, because all of you did that. You allowed yourself to reconnect with that. So evidence is something you can write down every day. Even if there isn't money, even if there isn't gifts in kind, there's always evidence of money coming in the way, coming along, right? So some of my other examples for me would be the fact that there's over 350 people in this group. That's huge. That's more engagement than I've ever had before. There have been more comments and interaction than I've ever had. That is huge evidence for me that money is on its way. And it doesn't mean that, you know, all of you are absolutely going to purchase the 90-day program. It just means that it is an evidence that I am getting attraction, that things are happening. Things are feeling aligned. I'm feeling aligned, right? When I'm aligned, I'm very magnetic. And so when things are flowing like that, that's my clue that I'm on track, that it's happening, that the evidence is there. So each of you are going to have your own evidence, your own pieces that give you those markers that money is on its way. And, and I hope that you use the tools to keep working through this piece of the resistance of trusting that money can come, trusting that if you ask for it, it will show up. And, more clearing. And also being allowed to trust, being allowed to feel that abundance, all of those pieces. The other piece I would leave you for homework, if you so choose, is to use the Ho'oponopono on money. Okay? Use that technique and run it with money and see what untangles. Because it's really quite a fun piece is that, information. So I don't seem to be able to comment on my own live. So as soon as we're done, I will put the link for the 90-day program in here. I will also put it in a post and make sure that everybody has all of the things. If any of you are on the email, if you signed up with an email address and you've been getting the notifications, then you will also get a link in there. I will make sure that, I will make sure that I send it out lots and lots so that everybody gets a chance to come in, because I am so excited to go even deeper with this. And we'd love to have you join me, Sandy, and everybody, really. Just like, you guys have been phenomenal with this whole program. It has been an absolute gift to me, even with all of the challenges and the clearing and all of the things. So keep posting in the group with your changes, your transformation. That's an inspiration for other people. I'm kicking around in the group. We will shut the group down at some point. And the 90-day program, like I said, starts November 8th. We've got the 2 group calls a month, and you've got 2 private sessions with me so that you really have that big support container. And then one last thing. So if you know that you are not going to do the 90-day program and you feel called, only if you feel called, I'm also going to drop a PayPal donation link. So some people, it's like, when you get a big gift like that, sometimes it feels a bit wonky to not pay something for it. And so if you feel like that's going to unlock more of your money flows to donate some money, I'm happy to receive. The journey has been phenomenal. And I'm going to make sure I get all of those links out to all of you. And I look forward to the next segment of our journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have been such a gift. Keep going, Sandy.